Allner.
Yes.
Vincent.
Yes.
Silver.
Yes. A discussion of the bills to be paid in the month of July in the amount of $189,690.54, and additional June expenses in the amount of $71,520.40. Are there any questions or comments on these expenses? All right, moving on. Are there any audience comments related to agenda items? All right. Are there any? There is no old business. New business. It's not on the agenda, but I would like to introduce Resolution 2024-8. It is a resolution honoring Police Chief Christopher J. Costura on the occasion of his retirement as police chief from the Orange Village Police Department. And I will read the
You need a second?
very long resolution right now, so bear with me.
Second.
Is there a second?
I'll make the second it.
Thank you, Lisa. And whereas Police Chief Christopher J. Costura graduated from Bedford High School in 1976, later being elected to the BHS Hall of Fame, continued his education at Kent State University while working as a dispatcher for the Pepper Pike Police Department, and received his degree in business administration from Kent State in 1979. And whereas Chief Costura joined the Orange Village Police Department in 1979, was promoted to the rank of sergeant in 1984, was promoted to the rank of lieutenant in 1990, and was promoted to the rank of chief on March 7th, 2001. And whereas Chief Costura has continued his education throughout his career with various courses of study and achievements, including becoming an advanced hostage negotiator, certified emergency medical technician, and in 1991 he graduated from the acclaimed FBI National Academy in Quantico, Virginia. And whereas Chief Costura has directed several security teams, received accolades, and is not only affiliated with, but has led numerous organizations during his career, such as being the former president of the Chagrin Valley Enforcement Group, being a member of the FBI National Academy Associates, the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge Number 57, Crime Stoppers, SPAN Detective Network, as well as the following associations for chiefs of police: Cuyahoga County, State of Ohio Executive Board, and the International Association. And whereas Chief Costura has not only been a dedicated member of the Orange Village Police Department for decades, he has also served as a member of the Orange Village Fire Department, where he worked as an EMT and firefighter, serving with his father, Lou Costura, alongside retired Fire Chief Robert H. Wilson Jr. And whereas Chief Christopher J. Costura is retiring from his role as Chief of the Orange Village Police Department effective July 31st, 2024, and whereas Mayor Judson A. Klein wants to express his sentiments regarding Chief Costura in the following manner. Would you like to read your own statement there, Mayor?
That's cute.
Mike in front of you, I'll have you read your own statement.
Thank you. Chief Costura has served the Orange Village community since 1979 with distinction. His service as the village's chief of police for 23 years has provided exemplary leadership and guidance for both the officers who served with him, as well as the Orange Village and Chagrin Valley communities. It is with great appreciation for his knowledge, experience, and selfless commitment that I thank and congratulate him. I wish him continued purpose and great satisfaction as he moves on to the next phase of his life.
Whereas Stacy Vincent, a current member of the Orange Village Council, shared these words of praise for Chief Costura.
Costura has always represented that stalwart strength that has made our family, neighbors, and friends feel secure, protected, and at home in Orange Village. He leads by example, and while definitive in his authority, the chief conveys a friendly, warm demeanor behind the smile that he is unable to conceal when conversing with residents and staff alike. Thank you, Chief Costura, for everything. I wish you peace and quiet in retirement.
Whereas Police Lieutenant Michael Roberts, the Orange Village Police Chief nominee, offered these words to characterize Chief Costura's leadership style. I'll read for you. Chief Costura understands the difference between emergency and inconvenience. He is the master of the 24-hour rule, always electing to take time when responding to frustration or inconvenience. He also knows the difference between needs and wants, and spared no expense on the equipment needs of the men and women of the Orange Village Police Department. Chief Costura's 45 years of how to and how not to have left their mark on a police department well positioned to leverage these lessons learned now and for years to come. Whereas Stephen L. Byron, Orange Village Law Director, expressed his esteem for Chief Costura in the following manner.
The Orange Village Police Department, under the leadership of Chief Chris Costura, continued its upward trajectory of professionalism and competence from the small-time village department that it was not so long ago. The chief made a practice of hiring good people and then making sure their training positioned them to function well, both as individual officers and as a team. Officers in Orange Village and across the nation would do well to emulate Chief Costura's methodology.
Whereas former Councilmember Frances Kluter added her words of praise for Chief Costura as follows. I knew Chief Costura originally as a detective for Orange Village during my 32 years as an Orange Village councilwoman. Chris was always professional, exemplary, and hardworking as he climbed the ranks to police chief. Totally trustworthy and fair, he was always a credit to the Orange Village Police Department. I wish him a peaceful, healthy, happy retirement. He is deserving. Whereas former Councilmember Brandon Duber wanted to memorialize his high regards for Chief Costura as follows. Chief Costura was a great leader of our village who had a unique ability to actively engage with the residents so that everyone knew him. Whether it was in his earlier years as a patrolman, interacting in pickup games or running bases with my brothers and me, or as the chief in neighborhood meetings, he was always involved with the community and well-respected. I wish him the best in his retirement. Whereas Robert Zugan, the longtime and deeply respected service director for Orange Village, added his thoughts as follows. It has been the utmost pleasure working with Chief Costura for the last 35 years. I will miss our conversations and friendship forged through thoughtful discussions, somewhat humorous banter. He thinks he's funnier than he is. He wrote that, not me. I'm not vamping there. And a shared desire to serve the residents of Orange Village with pride and professionalism. His wealth of knowledge, ability to listen, and a drive to make things right is what made him a dedicated employee and an exceptional leader during his 45-year career. I wish him many years of enjoyment in retirement and commend him on a job well done. K-O-Z, you will be missed. Kaz? Costura, gotcha. It'd be K-O-S, right? Whereas former Mayor Kathy U. Mulcahy summed up her feelings for Chief Costura as follows. Chief Costura was hired by Mayor Elmer White, promoted to sergeant by Mayor Norman Singer, promoted to lieutenant by Mayor Joseph Dubiak, and finally promoted to chief by me. Under Mayor Klein, there was no position higher in the police department, so he retired. Grateful to Chief Costura for our very long-term partnership, leading the Orange Village Police Department and the greater community to where it is today. I express my heartfelt best wishes, both personal and professional, to Chief Costura as he heads into the next phase of his life. I can attest that retirement is just the next beginning. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Council of Orange Village, County of Cuyahoga, and State of Ohio. Section 1, that the Mayor and Council of Orange Village, Ohio, on behalf of the entire staff of the Orange Village government and all of the citizens of Orange Village, convey their deep gratitude to Police Chief Christopher J. Costura for his extraordinary dedication and unparalleled service to our community as the leader of the police department for over 2 decades. And extend their heartfelt best wishes to Christopher J. Costura for a wonderful retirement full of happiness, time with family and friends, good health, and successful endeavors. That the clerk of council shall forthwith certify a copy of this resolution and deliver it to Police Chief Christopher J. Costura. This resolution takes effect and be in force from and after the earliest period allowed by law. Do you have any words you want to share with us?
Do you want to vote first?
There's a couple typos that need to be cleaned up.
I think it's a PD,
Can you call roll, please?
Madden? Perry? Allner?
Yes.
Vincent?
Yes.
Silver?
Yes.
Now we can.
Very much. Thank you, folks. Listen, it's been a terrific ride. I met a lot more good people than I met bad people, which is a good thing with this job. And in fact, like Steve Byron mentioned, the place has certainly changed. When we started, we had 7 officers, and we worked most of the time alone. And we learned to work with each other within the communities, and as we all grew and all the departments grew, it has changed. So many people I'd like to thank, starting from my wife and my parents who are still with us, and the guys on the department, a terrific group of guys. The department heads, the councils that I've seen a lot of council people. I mean, a lot. And with Zugan and I mean, him and I go at it all the time, and with Wilson, and I still do it with Larry, and I hope to do it in the future. I don't want to not see these guys anymore, but I'm going to miss them. There's no two ways about that. The village has been very kind to me to give me all these opportunities, and I can't be more thankful. And I'm actually looking forward to retirement, not because I'm going to miss the people, but it's time. I've been here a long time. I never expected to be here 45 years. It went pretty darn fast, to be completely honest with you, but I'll get to see my children and my grandchildren and even my wife a little bit more. I may come back for a job if all that time at home doesn't work well. But all in all, it's been wonderful. I mean, you guys have been very kind, and the guys on the department, the department is in very, very good hands. We have terrific people, and there's not going to miss a step. Mike Roberts will be terrific as the next chief. That's it. But thank you all very, very much for this. It was good.
All right, moving on. Are there any audience comments relating to matters which advance the good of the village? If there are, please step up. Do you have a sign-in sheet there? Okay. As always, please state your name and address, and there's a sign-in sheet there to sign your name and address as well.
Good evening, and thank you for allowing me to address council regarding the New Song Church property rezoning. My name is John Loftus. I live at 4231 Lander Road, where I've been a resident for the past 18 years. I would like to start by commenting on the mayor's development philosophy that he brings to this project. In the June 3rd, 2024 letter to the mayor and council, I questioned the mayor's statement in the May 14th newsletter stating, quote, property owners have the right to develop their land. I challenged this statement by pointing out that the village code, section 1142, establishes a number of restrictions on property development, including setbacks, height limitations, number of outbuildings, etc. In the mayor's response on June 11th, and relying on advice from the law director, the mayor states that, quote, the United States Supreme Court has held that if a property owner is denied any economically viable use of the property by the application of government regulations, the property owner's rights have been violated. Thus, the New Song Church or some successor will have the right to build something on that property. No one's denying the property owner the right to build on that land, as long as it conforms to the local zoning requirements. And by the way, at the June 18th Planning and Zoning Commission meeting, a home builder approached the commission with a variance request of somewhere between 5 and 10 feet to accommodate an extended dining room on a new home. We're not talking about crossing the neighbor's property. We're talking about a 5 to 10 foot being 5 to 10 foot closer to the property line. Yet the commission denied this request. And I don't see how this decision conforms with your development philosophy as stated above, while a major zoning change does. My next point pertains to the law director's justification for not contesting the lawsuit brought by the developer following the May 1st, 2024 council meeting. As I understand the situation, from the article that appeared in the Chagrin Soul and Sun on June 13th, 2024, with 2 abstentions and a 3-2 vote, the measure did not receive the required number of votes to proceed. So the issue should be over, and according to the village charter, neither the Planning Commission nor the council can revisit the issue without a substantial change to the plans. But apparently, the mayor and the law director determined it was better to work out a deal with the developer's attorney with the blessing of a Cuyahoga County Common Pleas judge to bypass the village charter and move this project forward and on to the voters. As stated by the law director, quote, "So my recommendation is to let the voters vote on this difficult issue rather than trying to litigate a difficult case in court." If this is a difficult case, why did the law director think that the citizens of Orange are better prepared to decide on such an issue? In addition, I would like to ask members of council, who are you representing? The citizens of Orange or the developers and the Orange School District? We already have large housing projects such as Lakes of Orange and the Weintraub property moving forward, which would provide significant financial benefits to the school district and developers. As residents, we moved to this community because we wanted or needed the additional space provided by the current zoning designation. In conclusion, I have 3 recommendations to council. 1, vote down this attempt to rezone the New Song Church property. 2, hire a consultant to determine the highest and best use of this property within the existing zoning restrictions and how the village can best assist in accomplishing such a reuse. And 3, maybe it is time to consider modifying our council structure to have some of its members serve as district or ward members and some at large. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening. Jim Boyle, 31399 Fairview Drive, Orange Village. Before I get into my comments, I think it would be appropriate to recognize Chief Kostura for his work. Obviously, he is a known commodity in this city. I think, Chief, it was 1992. You were a lowly lieutenant when I first met you. And what he brought to this community goes way far beyond the matters that he attended to when he was wearing the badge. I mean, he was known in the community, respected, and quite frankly, an icon, and he will be missed. I have confidence that we will have somebody replacing him, but, you know, it's hard to replace somebody who's irreplaceable, so we'll see how it goes. But again, I'm here to talk about the rezoning over on Lander, and, you know, I have a lot of comments, but I'm going to try to temper them. Council members, you guys are part-time, and I recognize that the work that you do is difficult. And you have real jobs, you have families, you have taken on the task of being a council member, which is something that I greatly respect. But with that task and with that duty comes a responsibility. So when I hear this, oh, we'll just let the voters decide, that is an absolute abdication of the role of a council member. I currently serve as the Chief Assistant Law Director in the City of Parma, and we deal with use variances all the time. And there's lots of ways that communities deal with variances. And to that extent, dealing with them and dealing with matters that go before the ballot, there are some cities that just simply go right from a Board of Zoning Appeal to an appellate process. We don't. We have that intermediate group, that process there for the council members. Your role matters. So when I hear, hey, you know what, we'll let the voters decide, that is not, I mean, this role is difficult. I understand and I respect that. But recognize that it is a real role. It is not a perfunctory duty. It is something that the 7 of you have an obligation when you took your oaths to do these things. During the course of these matters, as I drove by Lander Road, I saw the for sale sign there for what appears to be eons. I said to myself, why are they getting a tax exempt status when they're not using the property? And the answer is they shouldn't have been. And they should not. I filed today to have their tax exempt status removed. I have no idea how long it's going to take. I don't know whether it's going to happen. That property has not been used for religious purposes in years. The 2 back parcels have never, as near as I can tell. I mean, some people will know whether it's ever been used for religious purposes. We'll see how that plays, but I'm just some dope with a law degree. You guys have professionals here who should be doing these things, saying, why is this property sitting there vacant paying no taxes to anybody, and nobody did anything. And I say, look, I get it, the council members are part-time, but you have professionals who work here who should know, hey, this should be something we should look at. Finally, and I said it at one of the other meetings here, that, look, you're either going to deal with Tony Coyne's lawsuit or you're going to deal with mine. And my lawyers have reached out to your law director in the last weeks to discuss some of the strategies that we have moving forward, and I do anticipate that we'll either file a taxpayer's lawsuit or ask to intervene in the suit. It is incomprehensible to me about how a lawsuit that names the 7 council members only was somehow resolved by a non-party to the lawsuit, the mayor. That's not how things work in litigation. That's not how things work in our charter, and we know better. We know better. I came to this meeting, I came to this podium about a month ago. I said, look, you can do this the right way and not get in the way of the timeline that I know you guys want. I haven't seen anything like that. And so I'm concerned that this may interfere with the timeline, but look, we have obligations as citizens to do the right things. And when I read the letter from the mayor where it says, well, you're denied an economic use of this, so therefore it has to be granted. That's nonsense. That is 100% nonsense. I saw the letter, Mayor. I have to, if that's the advice you're getting from your law director, you might want to get a new law director. That is not the status of the law as it relates to these things. That's a factor, make no mistake about it, but it is not the be-all, end-all. The goal is not to provide developers money. We have a laundry list of factors for you guys to look into, so don't be blinded by that. So in any event, look at the lawsuit. You'll see it when it comes through, but we really should be doing better than this. And I beg you, let's do better. Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional audience comments? All right, comments by Mayor Klein.
First of all, I want to thank the residents who have come forward to speak in regards to this project. I appreciate your concern and your thoughtful remarks and the challenge that you present to the village in regards to that. I would like to say that there will be a public hearing on Thursday, August 1st, 2024, at 7 p.m. The purpose of this hearing is to consider Ordinance 2024-10, which proposes the rezoning of certain parcels of land located adjacent to 4799 Lander Road, the former New Song Church property, from the U1 zoning district to the S1 zoning district, and to amend the village zoning map. If adopted, ordinance number 2024 would submit the proposed rezoning and zoning map change to the voters of Orange Village. Council will also be voting on that ordinance that evening following the public hearing. Secondarily, road construction, you may notice, is underway in a number of places. There's sewer improvement work that will begin on Monday, July 15th on Pike Drive. This is part of the asphalt project and includes repairs on Pike Drive, Oxford Court, and White Drive. Concrete repairs are ongoing on Harvard Road. They're also underway on Orange Place. Two-way traffic will be maintained for both projects, but may be reduced to single lanes during construction hours when there will be flaggers to control traffic. Please avoid the construction areas if possible. If you are unable to avoid the areas, please allow extra time for your travel. Please make sure to complete the community-wide survey. The time frame for it being active is quickly coming to a close. We'd like to get as much input from our residents as possible and hope that all of you who have not yet done so will go on the website and take the survey. Branch chipping is July 22nd. Please have your branches out by 7 a.m. on Monday, July 22nd. Party in the Park is a week from this Saturday, July 20th, beginning at 6 o'clock p.m. There'll be fun for everyone, entertainment, face painting, balloon twister, inflatables, rocket ship car rides, and many, many more things. I hope that all of our residents will come out and enjoy the evening, including the fabulous drone show that we will have, hopefully rain or shine. And lastly, I want to congratulate Chris Costura on the many years of service to Orange Village. Again, he has taught me a great deal in the time that I've served the village. I certainly am going to be calling him to play golf on occasion, because he and I play well together. So, thank you again. That's all.
All right, thank you. I do not have any comments. Moving on to comments by council members. Phil Madden.
No comments?
Thank you. Lisa.
I'd like to congratulate Chris on a stellar career. It's been a pleasure working with you. I didn't put comments in because I didn't think it was worthy of a resolution, but you and I have had many laughs over the years. And it reminded me when I walked in here today of when we voted to have you become chief, and we had a long pause, and who would second it. And you were quite a prankster back then. I think the new people don't know that part, but that was hilarious. And it's been wonderful having you in your position when you can have a sense of humor, you can have a solid head on your shoulders for hard things too. It's a great combo, so thank you.
Lisa. Stacy.
Good evening. The Kiwanis rummage sale begins tomorrow. Remember that old adage that one person's trash is another person's treasure. Please go shop and find your pot of gold. Lots of wonderful items from clothes to toys to furniture to electronics, and the money received goes to supporting children in our own schools and community and around the world. Sale hours are Thursday 10 to 3 and 5 to 8, Friday 5 to 8, and Saturday 10 to 3. The location is the barns behind the tennis courts, and there are shuttles to get people from the parking lots there. So please shop early, shop often. The Artisans Market you heard about last week is moving forward. There will be a soft market launch on July 27th at the amphitheater behind the service department. An official naming contest is underway. I think you all know that I'm a little partial to the Hesperidian Market, but check out the Facebook page listed as Artisan Farmers Market Orange Village for more information, or even to just participate. Everyone is welcome to come browse and shop that day, and there will be a table at Party in the Park if you would like more information on that. Hope to see everyone at Party in the Park and at the table. The next and only July school board meeting is July 15th, which is Monday. Somebody asked me, and I meant to bring it up, so I will announce it now as well. The stage, Broadway Comes Home, a celebration of Stagecrafters' 50th anniversary is going to be on Monday, August 19th. I think I mentioned it a couple months ago, but tickets are still available, but they're going fast. It will be at Playhouse Square, and they've invited all of the Stagecrafters alumni who are Broadway stars and have been on Broadway to come back and perform. So it'll be an exciting night. You can get tickets at playhousesquare.org. I heard on WKYC today that the Cuyahoga County Board of Elections is set to purge the names of more than 100,000 inactive voters, people who haven't voted in the last 4 years. According to Ohio law, as I understand it from the news piece, they're allowed to do so to get rid of people who have moved out of the area or who have died. But I think they're also eliminating people who haven't voted in the last 4 years. So if you're concerned, or you're a college student and you haven't voted because you've been out of state or for whatever reason, if you have any concern to ensure your eligibility to vote in this year's November election, please check with the Cuyahoga County Board of Elections and update your registration by July 22nd. And last but not least, I want to add my gratitude to Chief Costura for being among the best of the best. I have some additional thoughts that weren't included in the resolution for length, but I want to add them to my comments now. My family got to know the chief early on as residents with young children in Orange Village. Lots of discussions that I won't go into here, but he was always helpful and always had that same smile on his face that he has on right now. He epitomizes everything a police chief should be with that stalwart strength that I mentioned in the resolution, but he is also that big, wonderful teddy bear that we love to hold on to and never want to let go because it just feels safe. When I went door to door on my first campaign, I inadvertently missed a do not knock notice on one door, and I rang the bell. When the door opened, there was Chief Costura standing there to my surprise and delicately reprimanded me for knocking despite the notice on his daughter's door. Thankfully, his smile put me at ease. Chief, I am grateful for your amazing service, your incredible leadership, your guiding mentorship, your willingness to listen again and again and again, and your wonderful words of wisdom in our conversations throughout the years. I will look forward to seeing your warm smile once again the next time I knock on your door, even if it is behind a do not knock sign. Thank you for being you and for everything you have done for Orange Village through the years. Thank you.
Thank you. Kim?
Yes, thank you, Chief Kostura, for all of your service, your decades of service of protecting all of us, caring for all of us, which your care shows. It comes through, and it's appreciated, much appreciated. And my wish for you is great joy and good health, and your ability to take over your time to care for yourself and your family members who are close to you, and to just enjoy not serving, but maybe being served a little bit. So, but thank you for everything that you've done for all of us. As Stacy said, the Kiwanis sale starts tomorrow. I will be there bright and early selling from 10 to 3. So please come and visit and come and support. It's a great organization. And many of you have provided glasses and shoes for my daughter's Girl Scout Gold Award project. I just want to thank you. The first shipment has been received now in Guatemala. And as of today, my daughter has collected well over 500 pairs of glasses and 2 hearing aids. Those are a little harder to come by. And then she is collecting shoes, clothing, linens, and soft goods, because those will be monetized. She is 2/3 of the way to her goal of purchasing a piece of medical equipment for this medical clinic. They're expanding. This medical clinic is in rural Guatemala, and they are expanding to have their first ever eye clinic. They've never been able to service people's eyes and eye health. So it's very exciting. And I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, just thank everyone for your support. The glasses have just poured in, and it's wonderful to see. She's so excited, and we got our first pictures of the people in Guatemala getting their first shipment, and they were very excited. So I just want to thank everyone for that. And I will see some of you at the Kiwanis sale, and I hope everybody else I will see at the Party in the Park on the 20th. It will be a lot of fun. And the 27th for the soft launch, I'll probably be at that too. So wishing everyone good health and happiness and staying safe.
Thank you very much. Moving on, I will make a motion to adjourn the council meeting of July 10th, 2024. Is there a second? Thank you, Stacy. Anna, please call roll.
Madden,
Yes.
Perry. Yes. Allner.
Yes.
Vincent.
Yes.
Silver.
Yes.